Hello. Welcome back to the About Time podcast. I am your host, Maya Cree, and welcome back. And if you're new here, hello, girl. Hey. I am Maya Cree, and I host this podcast here on YouTube and also on multiple other audio platforms. It's called the About Time podcast, and it's essentially just covering, being a young woman in her 20s, navigating life, navigating post grad, and just sharing my experiences and my journey with you all so that you'll be able to relate and take this journey of adulthood with me. So I hope you stick around. I hope you enjoy it. And that is the gist of what my podcast is. I don't have a specific schedule. I try to upload often. However, when I feel like talking, I just turn on the camera, turn on the microphone, and I just go with it. And it's been working out for me. It's been essentially working out for me. It still is fairly new. We are about 5 months in with this podcast as of right now. So yeah, we're doing really good. And I hope you stick around. If you enjoy this episode or if you enjoyed the last one and you want to stick around, please feel free to subscribe. Please feel free to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Spotify, all of my different audio platforms, and welcome. It's about time you joined us. Okay? But that being said, yeah, I wanted to talk today about love because, as we all know, today is Love Day. So I really just wanted to hone in on a few things, I wanted to shed light, put a spotlight on a few of the lesser talked about topics when it surrounds Valentine's Day, such as hopeless romantics, okay? So this one is for my girls. This episode is for the girls, okay? Um, my hopeless romantics, okay? Because I like to think that I am a hopeless romantic. I associate with hopeless. Oh, girl, I can't talk. I associate with hopeless romantics, and I have friends that call themselves hopeless romantics. And y'all, it gets hard out here, especially around Valentine's Day. It gets hard. Um, we want it's well, I wouldn't say it gets hard out here, okay? Because I am a very, very loving individual, and I have so much love inside of me, and I give so much love, and I show love to myself and others, and you know I'm constantly giving love out. You know, I'm putting love in, giving love out, and not really, I wouldn't say that I'm not receiving any love, because I do receive a bunch of love, and I'm so grateful and full of gratitude for the love that I receive. But the definition of a hopeless romantic is an individual that holds so much love and always gives love out, but they just want that romance. They just want that romantic escapade, that romantic experience to call their own. And that's what a hopeless romantic is. So I'm not saying that I don't give out love and that I don't receive love and that I'm not grateful for the giving or the receiving. But, I just want my own romantic experience. I want my own romantic story, love story. And it's okay to want that. Um, so growing up, I've always had a Valentine's Day, whether it was in grade school, elementary, middle school, where the people, excuse me, child, whether it was, in class, all of the boys in the class would give us candy and cards with the little funny sayings on there. Some would have like characters on there from TV shows and that nature. Um, you will have the candy and the cards, and sometimes there will even be pizza, in school. You kind of get the day off from schoolwork to just, relax and chill if your teachers were cool like that. I don't know. I know everybody didn't really have teachers like that, but I did, growing up. And even as I got older, I always had a gift from my mom and my aunt, and I will always receive cards and gifts and candy. And yeah, like it has always been a thing growing up, but I've never had a boyfriend on Valentine's Day. That may sound very crazy to say out loud, and it did sound very crazy to say out loud. Honestly, I won't even cap to y'all, but it did sound crazy. I've never had a boyfriend on Valentine's Day. I've never been involved romantically with someone on the occurrence of Valentine's Day. And honestly, y'all, like, I think it's my time. I think it's my time. I don't have a Valentine's today, but y'all, hopefully next year. Okay? Hopefully next year. See, we're putting that hope in Hopeless Romantics. And that's really what I want to get into today. So for those of you out there who are loving individuals like myself, and are selfless individuals like myself, I feel like it is our time. Okay, next year, or even starting after today, like, there will be moments where we come across the opportunity to receive romantic love. And the pursuing of a romantic relationship is not easy, and is not something that just happens overnight, and it's not something that just comes in and comes out. It's something that takes time, and it's kind of like a diamond. It builds over pressure, but like there's not any specific type of pressure that builds a romantic relationship. There is pressure such as conflict, and there's pressure such as insecurity, and there's also good pressure such as pressure to like put yourself all into a relationship fully, and to really devote your time and your efforts and your work ethics to this relationship, so that it can be something that you always dreamed of, something that you saw on the movies, something that you saw in books. You want that, you want to mimic it, and I feel like it's okay to want to mimic that. Growing up, I used to, well, even now, I read a lot and I watch a lot of movies, and I have like these super, super high standards. And my friends would say, you want something that's out of a movie. You want a fairy tale. You want the romance that is not real. And who are y'all to say that romance is not real? The romance that I want is real. And I feel like I can make that happen. Now, I'm not saying that love is man-made, because love is natural. It's very, you either have love or you don't. But if you don't, then you have the opportunity to receive love and to build love and get love. So, moral of the story, fairy tale romance is not a myth. Most fairy tales are a myth, but fairy tale romance is not a myth. You can want the fantasy like love, the movie like romance. It's possible, and you have to have hope so that you are able to find that type of romance, and to be on Valentine's Day, drinking wine, eating cheese on a vineyard with your celebrity man. Like, it doesn't even have to be a celebrity man. It can be the man of your dreams, whoever you want that to be, or the woman of your dream, whoever you want that to be. It's all up to the perspective that you take towards it, and the approach that you take to creating a romantic relationship, and finding that person, and really taking it slow and building with that person. And that is going to be what serves as your person, your story. That's going to be when you and your person begin writing your love story. I really hope I'm making sense, y'all, because I've said this before. When I get to talking, and when I get to talking about something I'm passionate about, I get to rambling, and then I trail off, and then it's just a mess. But I hope that I am making sense to you all. So yeah. Also, at this podcast, y'all, I really try to be as authentic as possible, because that's the only way that I can be. I am 100% myself. Like, this podcast is 100% authentic and original, and all of the stuff that I do for this podcast, I do it by myself. So I don't want, and I really don't edit my episodes at all. truly, unless I'm adding like a little background music or throwing up a little text on the screen, whatever. I said that to say that I'm extremely authentic. So if I mess up, it's okay. If I stumble over my words, it's okay. This is our safe space, right? But anyway, to get back on track, child, putting the hope, putting the hope in hopeless romantic is just like, you have to be affirmed in yourself, and you have to know, like, it's okay to want this extravagant type of love story. It's okay to want the extremities and more of the bare minimum. It's okay to want that. And once you become okay with that, and then you can realize, okay, then I'm going to wait around for the universe to give me exactly what I want. And for me, y'all, I'm very faithful. I'm very spiritual. So we're going to talk about God in here, okay? Once you affirm, once you believe that in yourself, like, it's okay to be a hopeless romantic and it's okay to want better for yourself, God will align that in your path, and He'll work towards giving you that somebody that's going to treasure you, that's going to appreciate you and love you how only you should be loved. And that's what I'm a firm believer in. So yeah, I just hope that this year, or even tomorrow, or even next year and the years to come, you feel okay with not being happy with what you receive on Valentine's Day. Like, of course, like, you have your mother, your grandmother, your friends, your galentines that you experience love and you share love with, but everyone needs their own love story. And you're gonna get it one day, okay? Because we're not gonna be alone forever. That's the truth, right? So yeah, I just really wanted to share that message with you all today, just to say that, like, it's okay to be a hopeless romantic. You don't have to feel sorry for yourself. You don't have to listen when people tell you that you have unrealistic beliefs and unrealistic standards, because it's not unrealistic. Hopeless romantics are real and they exist, and it's okay to be one. So yeah. This actually might be a short episode today. I'm not sure. I'm kind of running out of things to say. I've kind of said everything that was on my list, on my notes. But there might be a part two. There might be a part two, you guys. I'm thinking about actually doing a part two for this episode and another episode that I did. So that is to come in the future episodes. However, y'all, when I do all this talking, this podcast, I'm running out of breath. I be having to really take a moment to just really take a deep breath, and that's at the end of every episode. Also, if you don't know, if you're new here, I do a deep breath at the end of every episode, just to kind of de-stress and to kind of release the energy that we unpacked in today's episode. And I hope that y'all doing with me, because we're in this together. This is our safe space, as I said. This is about time. It's about time you came here and had some sense. I'm just kidding, you guys. So yeah. Takeaways from this episode. I just really, really feel like everyone is capable and everyone is deserving of true love, true romance. I see people on social media being completely wine and dined by the people that they love. And honestly, it's a sight to see, in a good way. In a good way. Let me make sure I add that. It's just so beautiful to witness and so beautiful to see. And I'm so glad that there are people out there that share their love stories and that make their love stories visible for everyone to see, because it gives hope to the hopeless romantics. Like, yeah, okay, everything on social media is not real, and everything on social media could be fabricated, and people only show us the good things and what they want us to see. Like, those facts are all true, but the fact that people show us that real, authentic, genuine love and share their love stories with us just gives hope to the hopeless romantics. Like, it just makes us feel like, okay, if I want this in my head and I see it happening to somebody, then it's possible. And maybe one day I'll get that and even more. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad that I am so loving, and I'm glad that I love love, and everyone should love love. Okay, we are lacking love, in today's society. We're lacking love. We're letting a lot of things come in between real, true, genuine love. And for the lovers out there, stay being, you should always be a lover. You should stay loving yourself, loving others, praying for yourself and others, praying for your loved ones. And it's gonna come back to you tenfold. If you are putting love into the world and you're giving love to yourself, it's gonna come back to you times 10. So yeah, that's all that I really wanted to share with you all today. I hope that you took something away from today's episodes. Feel free to have a conversation with me on social media about this topic and this subject. I love to talk. If y'all, I literally have a podcast. So I love to talk. Follow me on all my social medias. They'll be linked, in the description, and we can have a conversation. We can talk all night. I respond to DMs. I respond to messages. And yeah, we can keep this conversation going. Keep these good vibes going. But yeah, so we have now come to the time for us to do our deep breath. So I really would like us to go ahead and take our deep breath, to go ahead and close out this episode. I appreciate you guys for stopping by and listening, and I cannot wait to see you all in the next episode. Yeah, I better see you on the next episode. See you on the next episode, okay? And I better hear you on the next episode as well, to my audio only listeners. But I just want to say real quick, if you're an audio only listener, I understand it. I got my start as an audio only podcaster, but I am now visual. Let me remind you once again, okay? I am now visual, all right, over on YouTube. So please go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Check me out. Watch, have the actual conversation with me. I'm going to be bringing more content to my YouTube channel eventually. However, right now, my main priority is the podcast. So please, please, please come and join me over on YouTube. Every time a video or an episode is uploaded to YouTube, that same exact episode is uploaded to my audio platforms. So I'm just everywhere, I'm not hard to find. Okay. That being said, let's take our deep breath. I'm gonna count down from 3, 2, 1. Right?